How can I argue with that? How can I argue with that? How can I argue with that? No, I don't think so. How can I argue with that?
Damn those Greymanes to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them. Greymane or Battleborn? Got stones in your ears? I asked what side you're on. Greymane or Battleborn? New in town, huh? Whiterun's got two clans, both old and both respected. Difference is, the Greymanes turned their backs on the Empire, and we Battleborn stayed loyal. So I'll ask again, Greymane or Battleborn? Sooner or later, we all have to choose a side. Long live the Empire. How can I argue with that?
You expect me to believe that?
Not my problem.
In each of us, the future of Skyrim, the future of Tamriel. And there
I
it
don't
is,
think so.
friends. The ugly. We are the children of man. Talos is the true god of man, ascended from flesh to rule the realm of spirit. The very idea
It can't be
is
helped.
inconceivable to our elven overlords.
I don't think so.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
With man? Ah! They can barely tolerate our presence.
Yes, dear. How can I argue with
right.
that?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
My lord,
No.
please.
I
This is
don't
no
think
time
so.
for rash action.
Can I
What's
argue
the
with
meaning
that?
of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
Who's this then?
As House Jarl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself.
Corn always greases the wheel.
I don't
Whatever
think
you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me. I'm starting to think...
I want to hear what she has to say.
so. Can I argue with that?
Yes, dear. How can I argue with that?
It would seem so. I don't think so.
Expect me to believe that.
What's this about Riverwood being in danger? Alvor? The smith, isn't he? Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy. And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some Stormcloak raid gone wrong? By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood
I don't
at
think
once.
so.
It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Balgruuf will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
You
not...
expect me to believe
I'll
that?
not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my
It
people.
seems so.
Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
Can't be helped.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative.
You expect me to
You've
believe
done
that?
Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem.
Yeah.
There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents,
I don't think so.
perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Can't be helped.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
You expect
How
me
can
to
I argue
believe
with
that?
How can I argue with that?
Farengar, I think I found someone who can
It's
help you with
true.
your dragon project. Go ahead and fill her in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
How can I argue with that?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
It's true.
An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
You expect me to believe that?
Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources.
How can I argue with that?
A little coin always greases the wheels.
I don't think so.
I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth. But not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim.
Not my problem.
Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords.
Nah.
Oh no. Many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruuf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach.
How can I argue with
My problem.
Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the
I
coin.
don't think so. Nah. I don't think so.
It would seem so.
It can't be helped.
A little coin always
Expect me to
greases
believe that. How can I argue
A
with
prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold. Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be.
I don't think so.
Can't be helped. How can I argue with that? I don't think so.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts
I
for
don't
me?
think so.
I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense.
Not my problem.
How can I argue
It
with
can't
that?
be helped.
Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task.
It would seem so.
Nah, I don't think so.
Nah, I don't
I'll
think
put it simply so you'll understand. I advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day.
This is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons.
Can't be helped.
We need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruuf.
No.
You seem to have found me an
I
able
don't think
assistant.
so.
I'm sure she will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
A little coin.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Vale.
It would seem so.
Can I argue with that?
It can't be helped.
Nah, I don't think so.
No. I don't think so.
How can I argue with that?
It would seem so.
Huh? Not my problem. You expect me to believe that?
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward.
Hey there. Good to see you. No doubt, he thought it was the only way to make his point. And also, because he knew he could.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so.
If it's the war you're referring to, I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has
You
not come
expect me to
yet.
believe that?
With good planning and constant vigilance. Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do.
You expect me to believe that?
Farewell, kinsman.
Can I argue with that?
How can I argue with that?
A little caution.
It would seem so.
You expect me to believe that? I don't think
It's
so.
true.
No,
I serve
I
Jarl
don't think so.
Balgruuf as steward.
Yes, dear.
From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgruuf when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered.
It would seem so.
Can't be helped.
How can I argue with that?
That is an old tale,
To believe that.
but well known to those of us who serve in the keep. Long ago, there lived a mighty hero of the Nords, Olaf One-Eye. Olaf did battle with a fearsome dragon named Numenex. The struggle between Olaf and the dragon culminated in a mighty duel atop Mount Anthor, with Olaf the victor. Olaf returned in triumph to Whiterun. By his decree, the city's keep was rebuilt as a prison for Numenex, and so, from that time until this, our great keep has been called Dragon's Reach. Well, there are 3 of them, arranged in 3 tiers, as you may have noticed. The Plains District is so named because it's the closest of the 3 to the plains that surround the city. The inn and marketplace are found there. Most of the city's residents live in the Wind District, which is the middle of the 3. Dragon's Reach occupies the highest, which we call the Cloud District. From here, the Jarl can see all that goes on within his city. Ah, splendid. Our fine city has a proud history, and I'm happy to share what I know. The history of Whiterun begins with Jorrvaskr, the Hall of the Companions. For a long time, it was the only building on the mountain. As time passed, a thriving community sprang up around Jorrvaskr, as was common with mead halls. Today, Whiterun is the jewel of Skyrim. I can say without boast that it is the greatest city in all the holds. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
Can't be
I
helped.
don't think so. A little coin always greases the wheels.
How can I argue with that?
No, I don't think so.
食堂に行
We
かない
got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
How can
Not
I
my
argue with
problem.
that?
How can... argue with that?
Hello, friend.
You expect me to believe that?
Can't be helped.
Let's sate that appetite, hmm? God's blessings on you.
Lucky for you, that was just sitting there for the taking. Need something?
How can I argue with that? How are we doing over here?
If you need a drink, just holler.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
Sadia, wake up, dear.
Bard's College?
No, not yet.
I don't think so.
But I will. I just haven't...
How can I
You want a
argue with
drink?
that?
gotten around to it yet.
Oh, John, stop dallying. You know you have to go. It's why Mara put you on this earth. You
It
think
would
a few
seem
miles
so.
can truly keep us apart?
Depends.
You mean
Are you
won't
thirsty?
forget about me
Hungry?
The moment I'm out
Both.
of sight? Get yourself a nice old rich husband, have 16 babies.
Now please, no more questions.
How can I argue with that?
Master plan. Now I suppose you'll never leave.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned. Ragnar the Red. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead.
A little coin was
And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
With that? Nah, I don't think so.
But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed."
I don't think
And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal.
How can I argue with that?
And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Not my problem.
It would seem so.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
How
Good
can
to
I
see you
argue?
again.
I don't think so.
Yes.
You expect me to believe that?
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
How can I argue with that?
Can't
I'll
be
show you to your room, right this way.
How can I argue with that?
It would seem so.
You expect me to believe that?
Indeed.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
How can I argue with that?
No, I don't think so.
That is so.
You expect me to believe that?
A little coin
Nah,
always
I don't
greases
think
the
so.
wheels.
No, I don't think so.
How can I argue with that?
It would seem so. Huh?
寝る時間ね。
How are we doing over here?
How can I argue with that?
No, I don't think so.
It would seem so.
Not my problem.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
How can I argue with that?
You are correct.
It can't be helped.
It would seem so.
You expect me to believe that?
ええ。
How can I argue with that?
It would seem so.
No, I don't think so.
Got a pretty good stock of potions and alchemy reagents. How can I argue with that? Pardon me, but do I detect a case of the rattles? I've got something for that. Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a special brew I'm working on. A love elixir like none other. Maybe I'll test it on Farengar first. Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice. Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! Take care of yourself. How can I argue with that?
Indeed.
Can I argue with that?
Yes. The Jarl finally agreed to send you back to Riverwood.
Yes, Houseguard. We'll leave immediately.
It's just us against the dragon? Is that it?
I can't afford to send anyone else. And we don't know where the dragon is.
It would seem
Your
so.
main job will be to keep an eye out and get the people to safety if the town is attacked. I don't expect the three of you to fight off the dragon by yourselves, but I do expect you to do your duty.
Of course. We'll keep Riverwood safe. You can count on it. Let's move out. Time's a-wasting. Staying safe, I hope.
Need something? Balgruuf and I share a battle bond. We met as youth and forged our friendship in the fires of war. When he became Jarl, I insisted on serving as his protector. He had no cause to argue. Gods, you are curious. Almost dangerously so. I am charged with protecting the Jarl from any and all threats. Powerful men have many enemies, more so in times of strife. So you can imagine the dangers. Oh yes, there have been attempts on the Jarl's life. More than one would-be assassin has met his end at the tip of my blade. Take your pick. Dragons, Stormcloak assassins, ambitious and unscrupulous nobles. Sometimes I think his own children want him dead. And those are just the physical threats. Assaults on his sanity are another matter entirely. Every day he deals with obsequious functionaries and incompetent bureaucrats. Sadly, I'm not allowed to eliminate them. Well, not yet anyway.
Can't be helped. How's it going? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Good luck out there.
after all. Is someone there?
Is someone there?
You're a fool to fight me.
くりするわよ。まあそう言うなら。待って。
Start running.
Yeah!
I'll knock you in the back. You'll be so much easier to wrong when you're dead. All you got?
Are you prepared to die? Don't hurt me. You win.
Yeah!
That's your best, huh?
そろそろ行ったら？どうしたらいいの？ 早く着かないかな。行かなきゃダメなの？早く着かないかな。ねえ。どこ？早く着かないかな。とりあえずおしまいにしましょう。過ちを償いなさい。どこ？早く着かないかな。
Someone do something! A little coin always greases the wheels. I'm getting out of here.
It's really dead. How can I argue with that?
Nah, I don't think so. Foreigners. What a nuisance. They thought I was some other Red Guard woman. They just wouldn't leave me alone. I hope they get lost in the wilderness. Nah,